said, well, Ro, you ought to have a book. I said, oh, no, I can't write no book. Well, you've written 100 pages. Tell us the story. My encouraging girlfriends pulled those words out of me, and now it's being shopped at the publishers. Now, that's a 10-year process. But writing was my passion. I never dreamed it would turn into a book. It was just something that made me happy, something that made me feel good. And after 100 pages, I looked up, there was 220. And I had more to say. So I kept writing. And next thing I knew, I had a novel, y'all. It was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, but the most rewarding thing. Because it was something I never, my talk show, another thing, something I never believed I could do, never even considered it. But Roger King, who discovered Wheel of Fortune, Oprah Winfrey, Jeopardy, Inside Edition, was a good friend of mine. And he said, Ro, you have a lot more to say than just in a minute and 30 seconds. I'd like to give you an hour. I said, no, I don't do that. You already got an Oprah. I don't do that. He said, no, I want a Rolanda. And that's just what we're going to call it, Rolanda. He said, because we need that LA market. Watts means something different out there. True. That's why they dropped my last name. Can you believe it? I never even dreamed of being a talk show host. But because of the encouragement, so what I say also is open yourself up to receive the blessings that God is going to send to you through someone else. You never know when somebody's going to say, girl, wait a minute, I got to tell you, that's the best red velvet cake I have ever had in my life. You've heard that for 20 years. Every place you go, everybody wants your red velvet cake. Oh, this ain't nothing. No, it ain't saving the world. But I tell you what, you might have saved a family, saved a picnic, and everybody saves a place for you at the party. Why not go on the internet and say, let me set up a little bakery shop on the internet? There's a guy named Gary Vaynerchuk. This guy turned me, do you love this guy? Is he brilliant? Do you see where I'm talking? You see where I'm going with this? Gary Vaynerchuk is a guy who is very unassuming. Not good looking, little wiry kind of guy. We probably wouldn't even notice him. He kind of looks like a little computer geek, He loves wine. Loves wine. He'll go out, he might get $2 Chuck, or he might get a very expensive wine. Whatever it is, he loves wine. So what he does is he takes this little flip can, after he's gone out to dinner, and he puts it up in his little office. Sometimes people walking past the camera, or he's saying, I'll get that folder to you in a minute. But he takes a little 10 minutes, and he says, let me tell you about this wine I had last night. I mean, it was nice and berry kind of tasting. Scratches his belly. Hey, Mary. Not fancy, not a Robert Redford or Tom Cruise, but he loves wine. People start following. What's Gary got to say about wine today? I got to get some wine tonight. Let's go on the internet. What's Gary got to say? Well, let me tell you about this one. And he's like this. He's like energy. He's passionate. He is reaching an audience that the sommeliers, the people who sell wine, the people in the wine business cannot reach. They're so busy being so foo-foo-flaw. Gary says, let me tell you about the wine, man. So people are going to Gary and forget Kendall Jackson. What's Gary got to say? Gary's a multi-millionaire from the internet just because of his passion. The people who sell wines go to Gary and say, would you sell this for us? We have some wine openers. Can you sell those for us? We have some wine glasses. Would you sell? He's got all of these people coming to him because he has what is called a tribe on the internet. Crush It is the name of his book. Write it down, pick it up. Crush It. And he will tell you how to take your passion, whatever it is, and turn it into a business on the internet. The internet is a new place for business ladies. It's a place where you can set up your own shop without paying that high price that you would have to if you were selling wigs on Crenshaw. You don't have to pay that rent. You go on the internet, you build your audience. Start studying that, because if you don't understand the internet and you don't understand computers, you are not going to make it in this millennium. Let me be for real. There are classes, there are friends to get with. If you're a writer, I went over to UCLA and I took some courses. I got together with a group of 10 women who were writers, and I met with them once every 2 weeks, and I read my work to them. Expand your craft. Whatever it is that you love, take some classes. Go over and join some workshops. Call the YWCA, see what they're doing. See what your church is doing, your local synagogue. There are many places where you can expand your knowledge on something that you're already loving. So first of all, find your passion. Find something you love. Then do what it takes to educate yourself on that. Do what it takes to set up shop on that. That's the internet. You got to do the internet. You can do your research on the internet. You can go to websites that have people of your common interest. If you believe you're going to make your next million on crocheting baby booties, you'll laugh. I got a friend who just did.
Okay.
Gay guy. He loves to crochet. He loves babies. He said, I'm going to make baby booties. He knits little baby booties. He puts them in a Chinese, you know the Chinese, where you take Chinese take-home food? He puts them in there, wraps them up, and he sells them on the internet. He quit his job in TV. He used to be a producer of mine. Now he's a baby booty maker, and he's making more money in baby booties than he did with TV booties. Because when you don't change, sometimes your industry does.
Right.
And if you don't want to talk about booties on TV, you got to find booties elsewhere. You got to change, because life will change. Let's watch our self-talk, ladies, as we accomplish our dreams and our passions. How many times do you walk past the mirror and go, God, I'm fat? You look at a glass of